Rocky, the underdog story. Hello, and welcome to our deep dive into one of the most iconic film franchises in cinematic history, the Rocky series. Today, we begin our journey with the film that started it all, Rocky. Picture this, it's 1976. America is celebrating its bicentennial, and the air is filled with a mix of nostalgia and hope. Amidst this backdrop, a small-budget film, written by and starring a relatively unknown actor named Sylvester Stallone, punches its way into theaters and hearts across the nation. Rocky is more than just a movie. It's a cultural phenomenon that embodies the quintessential underdog story. Rocky Balboa, the character, is a testament to resilience and determination. When we first meet Rocky, he's a small-time boxer and loan shark enforcer in the gritty streets of Philadelphia. His life is far from glamorous. He lives in a modest apartment, struggling to make ends meet. Yet, despite his circumstances, Rocky possesses an unyielding spirit and a heart full of hope. The film opens with Rocky fighting in a dingy gym, barely making enough money to cover his expenses. But his big break comes in an unexpected twist of fate. The reigning heavyweight champion, Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers, is in search of a new challenger for a highly publicized bout. When his original opponent pulls out due to an injury, Apollo decides to give a local underdog a shot at the title, believing it would be a great publicity stunt. Enter Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion. Rocky's journey from a down-and-out fighter to a national sensation is nothing short of inspiring. But what makes Rocky so compelling is not just his physical prowess, it's his relentless pursuit of a dream, his unwavering dedication, and his genuine, heartfelt relationships with those around him. One of the most poignant aspects of Rocky is his relationship with Adrian, portrayed by Talia Shire. Adrian is a shy, introverted woman who works at a pet store. Her brother, Paulie, played by Burt Young, is Rocky's friend and occasional antagonist. The evolution of Rocky and Adrian's relationship is beautifully portrayed, showing how love and support can transform lives. Their bond gives Rocky the emotional strength he needs to face his biggest challenge yet. Rocky's training montage has become legendary in film history. Who can forget the iconic scene of Rocky running up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, arms raised in triumph as the stirring notes of Bill Conti's "Gonna Fly Now" play in the background. This moment encapsulates the essence of the film, the triumph of the human spirit against all odds. The climactic fight between Rocky and Apollo is more than just a physical battle. It's a test of will and endurance. As the rounds progress, we see Rocky taking hit after hit, but refusing to stay down. It's in the final moments of the fight that Rocky's true character shines. Despite the brutal punishment he endures, Rocky goes the distance, something no one had ever done against Apollo Creed. Although he doesn't win the fight in terms of points, Rocky's victory is much more profound. He proves to himself and the world that he's not just another bum from the neighborhood. Rocky is a masterclass in storytelling. Stallone's script, combined with John G. Avildsen's direction, creates a film that is raw, authentic, and deeply moving. The characters are richly developed, the dialogue is memorable, and the narrative arc is perfectly crafted. The film's success is a testament to the power of perseverance and the belief in oneself. Now, we continue our journey with Rocky II, a sequel that builds upon the foundation of its predecessor, taking the saga to new heights. Rocky II picks up right where the first film left off, with Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed being rushed to the hospital after their grueling bout. Both fighters are severely battered, yet their spirits remain unbroken. Rocky's refusal to accept defeat in the ring has left an indelible mark on Apollo, and this unresolved rivalry sets the stage for an epic rematch. One of the central themes of Rocky II is the quest for redemption. For Rocky, the first fight with Apollo was about proving he could go the distance. Now, it's about proving he can win. For Apollo, it's about restoring his reputation and silencing the critics who believe he didn't truly beat Rocky. As Rocky grapples with the aftermath of his fight, we see him attempting to adapt to a new life. He proposes to Adrian in a touching scene at the zoo, and they soon marry and have a son. Rocky tries to find a regular job, but his lack of education and skills make it difficult. His attempt at acting in commercials fails hilariously, showcasing Stallone's knack for blending humor with drama. Despite his efforts to lead a normal life, Rocky's heart remains in the ring. The lure of one last fight with Apollo becomes irresistible. Adrian, ever the voice of reason, worries about the toll another fight will take on Rocky's health, especially given the severe damage to his eye from the first bout. Their relationship faces its own trials, culminating in Adrian's collapse and subsequent coma during childbirth. In one of the film's most emotional sequences, Rocky is at Adrian's bedside, refusing to leave until she wakes up. This period of waiting and introspection deepens Rocky's character, showing his vulnerability and devotion. When Adrian finally awakens and encourages Rocky to win, it reignites his fighting spirit and sets the stage for one of the most memorable training montages in film history. Rocky's preparation for the rematch with Apollo is more intense and grueling than ever. The iconic scene of Rocky chasing chickens, pounding meat in the slaughterhouse, and sprinting up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, this time followed by a crowd of children, encapsulates the film's theme of perseverance and community support. The rematch itself is a cinematic masterpiece. Director Sylvester Stallone, who also helmed the sequel, masterfully builds tension throughout the fight. The choreography is brutal and realistic, with each round bringing both fighters closer to their breaking points. The final moments are a nail-biting display of endurance and willpower, as both Rocky and Apollo hit the canvas simultaneously. In the end, it's Rocky who triumphs, rising to his feet just before the referee's count reaches 10. His victory is a cathartic moment, not just for him, but for everyone who has ever dared to dream against all odds. As he clutches the championship belt, Rocky's joyous exclamation, "Yo, Adrian, I did it," resonates as a powerful testament to his journey. Rocky II is more than just a sequel. It's a deeper exploration of the themes of love, sacrifice, and the indomitable human spirit. Stallone's portrayal of Rocky as a humble, determined, and deeply human character elevates the film beyond a simple sports drama. The relationship between Rocky and Adrian, the mentor-student bond with Mickey, and the intense rivalry with Apollo all add layers of complexity and emotion to the narrative. Rocky III opens with a montage that contrasts Rocky's new life of fame and fortune with his humble beginnings. As the reigning heavyweight champion, Rocky is at the peak of his career, successfully defending his title multiple times. He's now a national icon, enjoying the trappings of wealth and celebrity. However, this newfound success comes at a cost. Rocky becomes complacent, losing the raw hunger that once drove him. One of the film's most memorable sequences features Hulk Hogan in a cameo role as Thunderlips, the ultimate male. This larger-than-life wrestler challenges Rocky in a charity match, showcasing the growing blend of sports and entertainment. The match is a spectacle, with Thunderlips towering over Rocky, tossing him around the ring like a rag doll. Despite the theatrical nature of the event, it highlights Rocky's willingness to engage with his fans and participate in activities outside his comfort zone. The match ends in a draw, with both fighters showing mutual respect, but it also serves as a reminder of Rocky's need to stay grounded and focused. Enter James "Clubber" Lang, portrayed by Mr. T. Clubber is a fierce and hungry contender from the streets, embodying the same drive and determination that Rocky once had. His aggressive pursuit of the title and disdain for Rocky's perceived softness set the stage for a dramatic showdown. Clubber's trash-talking and blatant disrespect, including taunts aimed at Rocky's wife, Adrian, add fuel to the fire, making their eventual clash inevitable. Rocky's mentor, Mickey, played by Burgess Meredith, sees the danger in facing Clubber. He knows that Rocky's lifestyle has softened him and that Clubber represents a real threat. Despite Mickey's warnings, Rocky insists on defending his title. The tension reaches a boiling point when Mickey suffers a heart attack just before the fight, leaving Rocky emotionally and physically unprepared. The fight itself is a brutal wake-up call. Clubber demolishes Rocky in a devastating display of power and aggression, taking the title and leaving Rocky humiliated and broken. Adding to the tragedy, Mickey succumbs to his heart condition shortly after the fight, leaving Rocky in a state of grief and self-doubt. Rocky's journey of redemption begins with an unexpected ally, Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers reprises his role as the former champion, now offering to train Rocky for a rematch against Clubber. Apollo's offer is more than just a chance to reclaim the title. It's an opportunity for Rocky to rediscover the eye of the tiger, the fierce determination that once defined him. Training in Apollo's old gym in Los Angeles, Rocky is pushed to his limits. The training sequences in Rocky III are among the most memorable in the series, featuring the iconic song, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Apollo's methods are intense, focusing on speed, agility, and reclaiming the raw, street-fighting spirit Rocky had lost. Through their training, a deep bond forms between Rocky and Apollo, evolving from rivalry to a profound friendship. One of the film's most touching moments occurs when Adrian confronts Rocky on the beach, urging him to confront his fears and find his fighting spirit. Talia Shire's performance as Adrian is powerful, providing the emotional anchor that helps Rocky break through his doubts and regain his confidence. The rematch with Clubber Lang is set in Madison Square Garden, and the atmosphere is electric. This time, Rocky is a different fighter, faster, more agile, and mentally prepared. The fight is a showcase of Rocky's transformation, both physically and emotionally. He outmaneuvers Clubber, using his speed and strategy to wear him down. In a triumphant moment, Rocky delivers a knockout punch, reclaiming the championship and proving to himself and the world that he is far from finished. Rocky III is not just a story of a comeback. It's a narrative about resilience, friendship, and the true meaning of being a champion. Stallone's portrayal of Rocky's vulnerability, coupled with his rise from the ashes, resonates deeply with audiences. The film also marks a significant shift in the series, blending intense action with heartfelt drama and introducing elements of modern pop culture, symbolized by the presence of Mr. T and the memorable soundtrack. Rocky IV begins with a significant shift in tone and setting. The film opens with a scene that foreshadows the Clash of Titans as the camera zooms in on two boxing gloves, one draped in the American flag and the other in the Soviet Union's colors, colliding in an explosive burst. This imagery sets the stage for a film deeply rooted in the era's political tensions. Enter Ivan Drago, played by Dolph Lundgren, a towering and seemingly invincible Soviet boxer. Drago is introduced with an air of menace and mystery, a product of intense scientific training and Soviet athletic propaganda. His arrival in America is marked by a challenge to the best of the best, ultimately leading to a fateful encounter with Apollo Creed. Apollo, eager to prove that he still has what it takes and driven by a sense of patriotic duty, accepts Drago's challenge for an exhibition match. Despite Rocky's reservations, Apollo is determined to fight, seeing it as a chance to showcase American strength and spirit. The fight is held in Las Vegas, surrounded by glitz and glamour, and Apollo enters the ring in a spectacular fashion, accompanied by James Brown's performance of Living in America. However, the match takes a tragic turn. Drago's brutal and unrelenting power overwhelms Apollo, and despite Rocky's pleas to throw in the towel, Apollo insists on continuing. The fight ends in a devastating blow. leaving Apollo lifeless in the ring. Drago's cold declaration, "If he dies, he dies," sends chills down the spine, marking one of the most shocking moments in the series. Apollo's death is a turning point for Rocky. Overwhelmed by guilt and grief, he vows to avenge his friend's death by challenging Drago to a fight in the Soviet Union. This decision sets the stage for a clash not just of two fighters, but of two ideologies. Rocky's journey to the Soviet Union is one of self-discovery and intense preparation, contrasting sharply with Drago's high-tech, scientifically optimized training regimen. Rocky's training montage in the Siberian wilderness is one of the most iconic sequences in the series. Against the backdrop of snow-covered mountains and rustic cabins, Rocky engages in raw, physical labor, chopping wood, running through deep snow, and lifting heavy rocks. This is juxtaposed with scenes of Drago undergoing rigorous, technology-driven training, highlighting the stark differences in their approaches and philosophies. As Rocky trains, he's supported by his loyal team, including his brother-in-law Paulie, trainer Duke, and, most importantly, Adrian. Adrian's journey to join Rocky in Russia signifies her unwavering support and belief in him, adding an emotional depth to the narrative. Her presence reinforces the themes of love and perseverance that are central to Rocky's character. The climactic fight takes place in Moscow on Christmas Day, a symbolic choice that underscores the cultural and political stakes. The atmosphere is tense, with a hostile Soviet crowd jeering Rocky as he enters the ring. The fight itself is a brutal and grueling test of endurance, strength, and willpower. Drago's superior size and power initially dominate, but Rocky's relentless determination and unbreakable spirit gradually turn the tide. Round after round, Rocky takes a beating but refuses to back down. His resilience begins to win over the Soviet audience, and by the final rounds, the crowd is chanting his name. In a dramatic and emotionally charged finale, Rocky delivers a knockout punch to Drago, claiming victory not just for himself, but for the spirit of perseverance and the possibility of change. Rocky's post-fight speech is a powerful moment of reconciliation and hope. Addressing the Soviet crowd, he speaks of mutual respect and the potential for understanding between adversaries. His words, "If I can change, and you can change, everybody can change," resonate as a call for unity and peace, transcending the sport of boxing and touching on broader human themes. Rocky IV is a film that blends action and drama with a potent political message. It showcases Stallone's ability to craft a narrative that is both entertaining and thought-provoking, highlighting the universal themes of loss, redemption, and the power of the human spirit. The film's iconic moments, memorable soundtrack, and intense performances make it a standout entry in the Rocky series. Rocky V begins immediately after the events of Rocky IV, with Rocky returning home to Philadelphia. However, this homecoming is far from triumphant. Rocky is suffering from severe physical and neurological damage due to the brutal fight with Drago. He's diagnosed with brain trauma, forcing him into an unexpected and unwilling retirement from boxing. Financial troubles soon compound Rocky's woes. Paulie, in an ill-fated decision, granted power of attorney to a corrupt accountant, leading to the Balboa family losing their fortune. Facing bankruptcy, Rocky, Adrian, and their son Robert are forced to leave their luxurious lifestyle and return to their humble beginnings in the old neighborhood of Philadelphia. This return to Rocky's roots is one of the film's key themes. Director John G. Avildsen, who helmed the original Rocky, brings back the gritty, street-level realism that defined the first film. Rocky and his family move back into the same old house, and Rocky reopens Mickey's old gym, hoping to find solace and purpose in training young fighters. Enter Tommy Gunn, a young, ambitious boxer played by real-life boxer Tommy Morrison. Tommy seeks out Rocky to be his mentor, and Rocky, seeing a reflection of his younger self in Tommy, agrees to train him. This mentor-student relationship becomes central to the film's narrative as Rocky pours his heart and soul into molding Tommy into a champion. However, this relationship creates tension within Rocky's family, particularly with his son Robert, played by Stallone's real-life son, Sage Stallone. Robert feels neglected and overshadowed by Tommy, leading to strained family dynamics and teenage rebellion. The film attempts to explore the complexities of family, legacy, and the personal sacrifices that come with fame and mentorship. Tommy's rise in the boxing world is swift, but it comes at a cost. Seduced by the glitz and glamour of fame and manipulated by unscrupulous boxing promoter George Washington Duke, Tommy distances himself from Rocky. The lure of quick success and the promise of the title drive a wedge between mentor and protege, culminating in Tommy publicly denouncing Rocky. The film's climax departs from the traditional in-ring showdown, opting instead for a street fight between Rocky and Tommy. This raw and brutal confrontation takes place in the very streets where Rocky first fought to survive. It's a visceral and symbolic return to his roots, emphasizing Rocky's fighting spirit and unyielding resolve, even outside the confines of the boxing ring. Despite its ambitious attempt to bring Rocky full circle, Rocky V faced significant criticism. Many fans and critics felt it lacked the emotional impact and inspirational tone that defined the earlier films. The decision to take Rocky out of the ring and the film's darker, more introspective themes didn't resonate as strongly with audiences. Additionally, the portrayal of Rocky's neurological issues and financial downfall was seen as a stark and somewhat jarring shift from the victorious highs of Rocky IV. However, Rocky V is not without its merits. It offers a poignant exploration of the costs of fame and the challenges of starting over. Stallone's performance as a broken but resilient Rocky is heartfelt, and the film's attempt to delve deeper into Rocky's character and relationships adds a layer of depth to the series. As we conclude this episode, it's important to recognize that while Rocky may V be viewed as the weakest link in the series, it also serves as a critical bridge, setting the stage for Rocky's eventual comeback in the final installment. It reminds us that even our heroes are human, facing their own struggles and imperfections. Rocky Balboa, released in 2006, came as a surprise to many. After the lukewarm reception of Rocky V, few expected another film in the series. However, Sylvester Stallone felt there was unfinished business and a need to give the character a proper send-off. The result is a film that not only redeems the franchise but also delivers a heartfelt and inspiring conclusion to Rocky's story. The film opens with Rocky living a quiet life in Philadelphia. Adrian has passed away, and Rocky spends his days running his restaurant, Adrian's, where he regales customers with stories of his past glory. This slower, more reflective Rocky is a far cry from the champion we once knew, but it's clear that the fire still burns within him. Rocky's relationship with his son Robert, played by Milo Ventimiglia, is strained. Robert is struggling to step out of his father's shadow and make a name for himself in the corporate world. This dynamic adds a layer of emotional depth to the film, as Rocky tries to reconnect with his son while grappling with his own sense of purpose. The catalyst for Rocky's return to the ring comes from an unexpected source. A sports network airs a computerized simulation of a fight between Rocky in his prime and the current heavyweight champion, Mason "The Line" Dixon, played by real-life boxer Antonio Tarver. The simulation predicts that Rocky would win, sparking public interest and debate. Mason Dixon, looking to prove himself against a worthy opponent, challenges Rocky to an exhibition match. Rocky's decision to accept the challenge is driven by a need to prove something to himself and to honor Adrian's memory. His iconic line, "It ain't over till it's over," captures the essence of his indomitable spirit. The film delves into themes of aging, legacy, and the relentless pursuit of one's dreams, regardless of the odds. The training montage in Rocky Balboa is both nostalgic and inspiring. With the help of his old friend and trainer Duke, played by Tony Burton, Rocky embarks on a grueling regimen to get back into fighting shape. The sequence, set to Bill Conti's iconic score, highlights Rocky's determination and resilience, reminding us of the qualities that made him a champion. The climactic fight takes place in Las Vegas, in a setting that contrasts sharply with Rocky's humble beginnings. The crowd is initially skeptical, viewing Rocky as a relic from the past. However, as the fight progresses, Rocky's heart and tenacity win over the audience. The bout is brutal and intense, with Rocky enduring punishing blows, but refusing to back down. One of the most poignant moments in the film comes not in the ring, but in the moments leading up to the fight. Rocky's speech to his son, where he talks about life's challenges and the importance of perseverance, is a highlight of the series. His words, "It's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward," resonate deeply and encapsulate the spirit of the entire franchise. The fight itself is a testament to Rocky's enduring legacy. While he ultimately loses by split decision, the real victory is in his ability to go the distance and prove to himself and the world that he still has what it takes. The crowd's standing ovation and Mason Dixon's newfound respect for Rocky underscore the themes of respect, honor, and the timeless appeal of the underdog story. Rocky Balboa is a fitting conclusion to the series, bringing Rocky's journey full circle. It balances action with emotional depth, honoring the character's legacy while providing closure. Stallone's performance is heartfelt and genuine, capturing the essence of a character who has become a cultural icon, hope, and the unbreakable human spirit. From the gritty streets of Philadelphia to the bright lights of Las Vegas, Rocky Balboa's journey has inspired generations, reminding us that it's never too late to chase our dreams and fight for what we believe in. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Rocky film series. I hope you've enjoyed revisiting these iconic films as much as I have. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep punching.